It's all about the dollar bill. Yes, it is.
Welcome back to the Stockwell Eldridge Show.
I say you're in New York.
I'm Jason Stockwell, Remax Results.
And I'm Dawn Eldridge with Remax Results.
We've summarized the show. We've had a panel of experts. It feels like a panel, but a great room full of experts, very
Lots
well
of
dressed,
info.
and lots of good info for you. And if you're thinking of buying rental properties, call us 651-400-0773, 651-400-0773, or go to our Facebook page and email a message in, or check us out on YouTube. And we'd be happy to help, because it's work, but it's passive. If you set it up right, it's passive. So you do a little bit of work, maybe once a month, and then you get paid. So instead of going in and saying, I'm going to work 8 hours a day, 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day, some people work 12 hours a day or whatever, you're actually making money. Now, it's incremental. It's not a massive lump. You're not making tens of thousands a month off of it, but slowly build. What's the saying that, Dawn, you say? Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait.
Yes,
So
yes,
that's
yes,
what you do.
Yep.
So
I'm like, what is it that I say? I know I've got it on one of my websites.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, yeah.
Don't wait to buy real estate.
Don't wait to buy real estate. Buy real estate and wait.
Brilliant.
Slow process.
A
It's
little,
Deep thoughts by Dawn
A
Eldridge.
little prep time would have been helpful there.
No,
I was
that was
just
great.
sitting there thinking about how, we're talking about investments. I think it's really important that when you buy investment property that you work with a realtor that knows investment property as well. Because
or
I
owns
was,
investment property
yeah,
too. Yeah.
Yep. Because I was very different as a realtor prior to owning investment property. I didn't really grasp it and actually having the hands-on experience of it.
Well, and people watch too much. I mean, I'm a reality TV junkie. Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it.
You've got to be kidding me. I never thought that.
I love it all. But I think so, people watch those and they think that, I could, sure. I mean, I just got a, elite invitation to some property flipping events. Some big gurus are coming to Minneapolis and learn how to flip houses. And it's like, it's like you said, you really need somebody that is an expert. And even I would, property management. I mean,
Yeah, that too.
that there's a lot to do with rental properties. And if you've got a full-time job, it's a full-time job taking care of.
Yep. That's why I like
absolutely.
Banker JP, because the forms get sent out. All the stuff like the I don't know. There's all the tax
There's
forms.
a lot to do.
they
Yeah,
all
I mean,
get
like you
sent
said,
out.
it's a great
You
investment.
get an update
Absolutely.
every month on where you're at and your profit margins and all that stuff, and then when you raise rents and what you raise them to, and then they have e-signing leases and it's all electronics. You have all the stuff online. It's
So you take care of so if you have renters that are even kind of challenging or issues, you guys handle all of that.
Yeah, it's all day to day, 24/7 call center and everything for our tenants. And
maintenance
any issues they have, they call one number or email on the one. It's very streamlined, very nice. For the tenants, specifically, if they have a maintenance request, they get updated on their phone, text messages until the maintenance contractor gets there. I think I want to go back to your point a little bit with owning real estate and things like that. The nice thing with us as a property manager is we handle all of your all the finances and everything and all the metrics that go along with it. So if you do have a full-time job, you don't have a lot of time to figure out what makes sense for your rental property either. Like you said, what should I lease it for? How much money am I actually making? If you're seeing a couple $100 go in your bank account, but then all of a sudden you have a water heater go out, at the end of the year, you're kind of looking at all these numbers and you're kind of like, did I make money at all? And with us, everything is tracked. 100%. We have all these metrics. You can see your maintenance ratios. You always want to be 4 to 5% of your maintenance should be, what your monthly rent is and your capital expenditures and everything. You see all of your percentages in one report on your phone that's updated
Well, I can
in real
imagine,
time. So.
Nate, you probably appreciate a client that comes to you with all of their spreadsheets and reports and margins and analysis is all ready and printed out for them versus a grocery bag of receipts and papers and everything like that.
I didn't know there was a way other than with a grocery bag and paper and receipts. So
There is.
now you're making me feel bad.
No, it's the shoe. No, it's
Or
the
the
shoe
shoe box,
boxes.
yeah.
The
Yes,
shoe box.
you bring those in, and then a lot of the receipts have rubbed off, so you can't even read the ink on them because they're folded and they,
Yep. Those are my favorite.
Oh,
Vanquish AP.
Do you have to?
You don't have to use shoe boxes with us.
Yes, that's
Believe
what
it
I
or
love
not,
about
yeah.
it too. But do you still? I have a question for Nate on the taxes. Do you still? I'm not. I use my credit card statement. I don't really save the receipts on everything. I mean, do you still have to do? I mean, I suppose you do, but
No, the question is your technique is fine as long as it works. It's just if it were to get audited, it comes down to a burden of proof. So then the credit card statement will clearly show an expenditure was made. It doesn't necessarily show where. So we have to go back for backup and proof. And I guess
Okay.
really it's going to,
Yep.
the true analysis becomes how well are you getting along with the auditor?
Yeah.
And then secondly, what does the rest of your portfolio look like? If the rest of the portfolio looks tight, it's going to probably be respected. If it looks loose, they're going to run you through the mill.
Yeah, and you probably deal with that. I've never have. I don't want to, but you probably deal with audits and see that happening occasionally, right? Or every year, there's probably some of your clients.
I guess the only tip that I could share is if you're thinking that a reasonable standard is going to be employed, that might be a misguided assumption. It's a pretty much competitive society, and they're looking for revenue, and they're going to start at the highest amount that they can think would advance their purposes versus what would maybe even be a reasonable allocation.
So auditors, do they get compensated on how much money they get back from people? Is that how it works? They get bonuses and spiffs, or?
They like go through the files.
I don't-
Ooh,
I mean,
this
I'd
is
be
a big
curious.
one.
I'd be curious. Yeah, look
This
at.
is a big one on
yeah.
the line. Let's get him.
Hey, we got Denny Hecker. Let's go. Let's fry him.
Yeah,
I know
this
there's
is
all
gonna
kinds
be-
of
this
stuff
could
on
be a
here. I
bonus
mean,
for
I don't know. I don't want to say how the auditor gets compensated, but remember they are working for a Department of Revenue, and
Oh, good
they're not
point.
looking. They're not looking at help. They're looking at to collect revenue. So that's
it's not the Department
so-
of Giving and grace and forgiveness. And,
exactly.
No, it's the Department of Taking. There we go.
So
As
kind of
much as possible.
on that note with forms and stuff like that, John, then, obviously you provide that for the property manager, but as a tenant, I'm guessing, I don't know, is there things that you can write off? Obviously do you provide the tenant with forms then, like that they can submit for what they paid in rent or?
Yeah,
any other-
CRPs, they're actually January 1st, they're automatically generated and sent out automatically. It tallies up.
It tallies up. That's what I like about it. It's
Rent.
all done. Tallies
Yep.
up. You don't have to even.
Awesome.
So
So,
the
if
tenant-
I'm a renter at one of your properties, then
Yep, January 1st, you get an email saying, here's your new CRP. It says down to the penny how much you paid the previous year to us in rent and all the tax things and everything that goes forward. So you just have to
Awesome.
print that off, give it to your accountant or, file it, whatever you do. And that's it. So, and the owners don't have to worry about that because they're liable for it. If they don't do it, I guess I forget what the penalty is.
There's
but it's
gotta
a
be
few-
something, but I
it's
don't know
a few
what it
$100
is.
if you don't give it to a tenant.
Well, and I think most renters need it,
least.
right? Don't they get I mean, I know that's not your specific area of specialty need, but
Yeah.
do they get a credit for paying rent every year, right?
Yeah, it gets
They
a
can get a
property
refund.
tax. Yeah,
Yep.
it's not necessarily. It depends, but it's not going to be massive.
But it's worth getting that
But
form and
it's-
making sure you have it and
Could be
submitting
300, could be 500,
Yep.
could be 1,000. It depends upon. I mean, it's usually it's not exorbitant amounts of money, but it's enough to make it worth it for them.
it. Okay.
Exactly.
You're in the spotlight down there now.
I know. It's like,
It's a little late
did
for
you-
Halloween. I mean, we lost one of the lights.
Yes, we did. In studio, we had one of the lights, so it's a little
Oh,
dark
I
in
A little
here.
did.
darker. Actually, I was gonna say maybe we
Studio.
look all a little better. You can't see all the shit.
So, anything else, guys, that people out there, if you're listening, that you should be doing or could be doing? One last tip for taxes, Nate. Do you have anything besides?
Well, I think I'm pretty excited by listening to the discussion about investing in rental properties and the reference to Trump and how they are able to allocate depreciation expenses against active income. I think the point there is that the devil is in the structure. The details are in the structure. So just like when you should work with a real estate advisor that knows the right market and the property manager, just get the team together.
Yep.
And great financing options for investment properties. We can do renovation loans on investment property.
Great tips. Remember, love yourself, love others. Thanks, John Zeman, Nate Nelson, Stephanie Havel. I'm Jason Stockwell.
And I'm Dawn Eldridge.
Have a great week.
Thanks, everyone.
There's always something happening.